When it comes to getting deals in the first place, what are you doing to market and get the properties in your deal flow?
So, that's a good question. So when I first started out, I was doing a little bit of everything. I was cold calling, door knocking. I mean, I was hanging up abandoned signs in the middle of the night. I was, I was doing mails. I had tons of lead pages out there. I've tried everything. And then and that's the way it is when you first start off, and no matter what anybody's going to tell you, you're going to try everything because you like every shiny object out there seems to be the thing. And you heard, this guy on Instagram's doing this and he had a lot of success with it. So you think you're going to have a lot of success with it. One thing I try to tell new investors is, pick a couple different strategies and focus, really learn them and learn them well. So when I figured that out, my bread and butter became driving for dollars. And if for anybody who's not familiar with that, is I have a couple. So to back up a little bit, know your market. I was doing all of Boston as well at some point. I was just trying to find deals everywhere. And it didn't make a lot of sense because their markets are so different and so unique and so diverse that I really couldn't understand them all. So I selected 3 markets within the city of Boston. And I said, this is going to be my niche. These are the markets that make the most financial sense for me. I think there's the most opportunity there. So I defined my geographic niche first. And then I went down and I said, let me define my marketing niche. And for driving for dollars, for those of you who are not familiar, is Dorchester is one of the communities within Boston where I have literally been on every single street. I basically printed off a map from our city's website. I went to Staples and I blew up the map. And I think it was a 3x4, cost me $11, and I plugged it up, put pins on my wall, and I basically used a marker. And every single side street, I don't care if there's 2 houses on the street, I've been on the street and I know this community inside and out. And what I was doing when I was driving is I was basically looking for ugly homes. I was basically looking for, hey, this nice house. Wait, nice house. Okay, that house, windows are bad, roof is bad. The chimney looks like it's going to blow over any second. The roof is different colors because it's been patched so many times. The mail is overgrowing out of the mailbox, meaning somebody probably doesn't live there. The grass is overgrown. All the signs that this house is being neglected. And I would jot that down. I would use my voice recorder and I would say, hey, 123 Main Street. Not sure why my screen is now green. Whatever. 123 Main Street. This is the house that I want. I would go back home and then I would look up the owner's name and contact information, and I would do everything I could to mail them and call them and knock on the door next door and say, hey, do you know your neighbor? Is your neighbor out of state? Are they looking to sell? The reason I love driving for dollars is because you can buy probate list and you can buy eviction list and you can buy, but it's not proprietary, right? That list that I have, I don't know that there are too many other people that have been on, there are people that have been here for 25 years, 30 years and have never been on every single street within this community. That list is mine and mine only. And if you can build something like this, you have a lot less competition with other investors within the neighborhood because most of them are going to go out and buy a list that's not proprietary. They're going to go out and buy a list that anybody can subscribe to and then mail or cold call those people. So that was my bread and butter for years. Now, today, it is basically just networking. I've been in the business for long enough that people know who I am. I close when I say I'm going to close. I perform when I say I'm going to perform. I pay people back when I need to be paid back. I close loans. I refi when I say I'm going to refi. And just by doing what you say that you're going to do and performing well, you build up a reputation. And now it is, not to sound arrogant, but it's less of me going out and trying to grab leads than it is people bringing leads to me and saying, hey, what do you think about this?